Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Planescape Torment. You're here with Land Lefebvre, otherwise known as DraxxKraven, when apparently we've been alive for decades, at the very least. Alive long enough to raise a zombie worker, for it to deteriorate into a skeleton, and for it to exhibit some strange behavior. I need to find Worker 42, one way or another. This looks to be a corpse of well-aged, even ancient woman. Aside from these embalming fluid stink, the stitches sealing her mouth, and the number 679 stitched into her right cheek, it looks like she's only slightly different now than she did in her final years. Oof. This animated skeleton smells horrible, as if it was had been only freshly stripped and prepared. Its jaw and major joints are tightly bound with leather straps, and a rough smock has been thrown over it. The number 1221 has been chiseled into its forehead. I have to ask, why the smock? And it's not like you have anything to be modest about. Greeting, talking to you, Bones. Stay healthy. Alright, we solved the mystery of the earring. Whatever was in the secret compartment is long gone, I think. Who knows? Well, then again, we did only find the earring Well, the logbook suggested that the earring... a copper earring found lodged in abdomen. So it's not actually that old, but maybe Pharaoh hadn't been able to figure out how to open it when he took it out. Then again, no, he didn't find it at all. So maybe somebody found... Maybe somebody found the corpse and took out whatever it was supposed to have before they needed it. Mortuary Sanctum key, eh? I'm guessing if I talk to any of these zombies, it will alert people to what I am. The numbers 613 are cut deeply into this plotting corpse's forehead, but an inch of shredded leathery skin separates the 1 and the 3. Looking closely, you can barely make out a 2 that's carved there. So it's 6123. Maybe. Who knows? The skeleton turns to face you. 42 has been chiseled into its forehead, and the number of its bones, mostly the jaw and joints, have been bound with leather straps. A black smock is draped over its body. Examine the skeleton carefully. You're amazed this rack of bones is still in one piece. Its yellowed bones are smeared with plaster and several layers of foul-smelling glue. With what little you can see of the bones reveals hundreds of hairline fractures. Although someone has taken care to bind this skeleton with leather straps and bolts, it bolted its joints together. The straps are frayed and the bolts look like they're about to fall apart. I think this is the corpse I had the memory about. As the sound of your voice, the skeleton suddenly straightens up. It crosses its arms over its chest and its fingers hook into its ribcage. Cross your arms over your chest. In response, the skeleton drops its arms to its sides. The leather cords securing the skeleton's torso snap, and the ribcage folds outwards like a pair of double doors. Reach into the ribcage. Feel around. To your surprise, your hand vanishes as you reach inside the ribcage. You have a strange feeling it's somewhere else. As you reach inside the ribcage, your hand bumps into against an invisible object. It's about the size of a fist and seems to be attached to the skeleton's spine. Take the item out. As you pull the item out, the skeleton suddenly disintegrates, and the iron bolts securing its joints clatter to the floor. Whatever this item was, it seems to have been the only thing holding it together. It looks like an unremarkable lump of iron. You can't imagine why someone would hide it inside the ribcage of a skeleton. As you place both your hands on the lump of iron to examine it, there's a hiss, and the metal evaporates, leaving behind a strange dagger, a handful of coins wrapped in dirty cloth, and 2 bloody teardrops. These look like they were inside the lump of iron. Take them and leave. A green steel knife. Not usable by priests. This razor-sharp knife has been forged out of the famed Praetorian green steel. Found only in the wastelands of Avernus, this peculiar green ore can be tempered into metal much lighter than normal steel. In addition, green steel weapons tend to retain their remarkably fine edges and are capable of dealing out more damage than their standard counterparts. Okay. I feel like these memories are important. And a clot charm. Heals 9 hit points and grants us some resistance to slashing and piercing attacks. The glistening blood drop is as hard and smooth as a pearl. When placed on the tongue, it dissolves instantly and spreads through the user's bloodstream. The charm stimulates the user's blood into clotting and scabbing over existing wounds, healing any minor damage the user may have suffered before consuming the charm. Furthermore, as long as the charm is in effect, the player's blood becomes more aware of new wounds that occur, especially any attacks that draw blood. The charmed individual becomes more resistant to slashing and piercing attacks, as their blood clots and scabs over the wound as soon as the flesh is torn. Interesting. Well, here's hoping nobody spotted what happened with the skeleton, because I feel like that would be bad. Don't mind me, ma'am. Nope. Don't mind me. I'm just a shambling zombie. Okay, good. She's not paying attention to us at all. She's going to do something else. I think the mortuary key should open this up. It does. Good. This might help us escape if I go down the stairs, but I want to loop all the way back around and get to Mort. Because there's no doubt in my mind there's a lot. Look at all this shit. Look at all these fucking shelves. Not all of them have something on them, but I want everything I can get. Cool. Nothing. A hammer, eh? This heavy work hammer. It has a long handle and a metal head that looks like it could shape steel and crush skulls with ease. So, spoilers. If we die... How many coins did I get? Hold on. How much money do I have? 99 coins! Okay, that was worth it. Holy fuck. The Secret of Skeleton 42. Right. If we ever die, we'll just end up back here. That's the thing about this game. Our character is unnaturally resistant to death. If we ever die in combat, we just show back up in the mortuary and wake back up. Unlike Baldur's Gate, where if you die, you have to reload a save, and it's really fucking annoying. No. Dying is part of the experience. There's definitely a downside to it, having to come back here every time. You could just reload a save. But if you ever got frustrated or were having a really hard time, you could very easily come here with your newfound levels and stats, examine things, and figure out the secret of Corpse 42, among other things that you can do here. The number 1146 is carved into the forehead of this walking corpse. Its lips are sewn together with coarse black thread. The entire body is covered in horrible scars, worse even than your own, as if its owner had been burned to death. Its nose, ears, and several digits are missing, presumably charred away in some long-ago conflagration. As you block its path to get its attention, it stops and gazes at you with vacant eyes. Huh. Okay. Poor bastard seems to have burned to death. Unfortunate. The skeleton has either seen a great deal of combat or has fallen down one too many staircases. Both its arms and legs have been broken and rebuilt with the aid of leather straps and thin iron rods. The front of its skull bears the number 863, but the back of the skull has caved in, forming an empty cavity. You notice that someone has taken advantage of this and tucked a rolled-up piece of parchment into the skull. Take it. You slip the parchment out of the worker's skull. Oddly enough, it looks as if the skull cavity is intended to store messages. A tiny string is attached to the parchment from the hook bolted inside the skull, as if to keep the parchment from accidentally falling out. You unhook the string and glance over the parchment. It looks like a reminder from one of the mortuary custodians, judging from the note. The skeleton seems to be a walking messenger of sorts. As you take a second glance at the skeleton, you realize it has stopped in front of the slab because it can't figure out how to move past it. Huh. No, I'm not going to take out its joint bolts. That would bring too much attention. Huh. This rolled up piece of parchment appears to be some sort of message the skeleton in the mortuary was supposed to deliver. This is the third and last request for the pry bar. If it has been misplaced, tell me and I shall go to the hive market and purchase another. I have no objections to maintaining the contracted workers, but I've been trying to repair the skeletons and the bolts are wedged in so tight I can't get them out. Also, some of the locks on the storage cabinets on the third floor have become stuck again due to the heat. I need the pry bar to snap them open as well. If the pry bar is indeed lost, I will see about procuring the services of a locksmith and having the cabinets locked replaced. Your aid in this matter would be appreciated. Huh. I guess I should try to pry those bolts loose. Okay, so I can instantly destroy any of the skeletons out of combat by removing its bolts with the pry bar that I've taken. Whoever was supposed to look for that never got the message because the skeleton got stuck. Hey, it's time for some junk. Yeah, everything in the Planescape's a little bit dirtier than in Baldur's Gate. In Baldur's Gate, things still have a splendor to it, a shine, a sheen, a glory of adventure. Not here. Not in this place. If it's necessary, you could use it as a dagger. Interesting. This strange metal bracelet has directions inscribed on the side of it. Judging from the crew text, it appears that the bracelet works by being held by a living creature, then while pronouncing a mantra to the true death, it is touched to the forehead of a zombie or skeleton. When this is done, the minor enchantment held within the item spreads to the corpse, strengthening their bones, killing traces of corpse rot and or grave mold, and helping to seal minor cuts on the skin. Excuse me. This item will work on either you or Mort. Simply place it on your quick item slot. And you can use it on Mort, or Mort can use it on you. The target gains +2 to 8 temporary hit points and a temporary bonus of +1 AC for a half hour. The extra hit points will heal the target if he has less than max hit points, or they will give him bonus hit points for half hour. Someone has penned a series of tasks in red ink on this scrap of parchment. I would like the contracted workers to be inspected thrice daily, at the end of each work shift when the new initiates come on duty. We have experienced too many contracted collapses while engaging in heavy labor as of late, and I fear the embalming enchantments initially used on the corpses may be decaying, or may have been warped somehow. If the contracted workers could be inspected every 8 hours and raised if they have collapsed, then this would prevent the backlog of shells in the preparation rooms and free up more contracted workers for other duties. I do not wish collapsed bodies to be disposed of when possible. The original contracted shells are to be raised and be made to resume their duties. I have included spare embalming charms within the shelves for the initiates on duty. They are not to be used only. They are to be used only when the shells cannot be repaired with stitching, bandaging, or applications of embalming fluid. Okay. Boom. Quick items. Oh, I could also wear it on my wrist, but it's not necessary to do so. I also have some leather straps. I don't know what I can do with those, but hey, free straps. Nope. Free claw charm. Can I use the pry bar? Oh, fuck.
Forced it.
This was worth it. This was very worth it. Fuck. Oh boy. Well, hey, here's what I can do. I can put the bone charm and the corpse fly charm and the claw charm in my quick items. Bone charm. This old finger bone has been hollowed out and tiny symbols have been scratched on the surface. A user may snap it in two to activate it. Temporarily strengthens the user's skeleton and acts as a ward against breaks and fractures. The charm gives the user an overall bonus to their armor class and additional resistance against crushing attacks. This corpse fly looks like it was frozen. It appears to be dead, but you can't be sure. The magic contained within the charm is activated when the insect is consumed. When swallowed, the recipient suddenly becomes extremely nauseous. A few seconds later, the charmed individual expels a stream of insects from their nose and mouth. Provided the charmed individual can keep their wits about them after the casting, the caster can send this cloud to attack a target. Okay, cool. Invokes the Swarm Curse. Sounds like a spell. Huh. Okay. Well, I gotta. Oh, fuck. You there. Hold. Oh, boy. Are you lost? No, I'm not lost. I just had some questions. I'm here to see someone. I was here for an interment, but there seems to be some sort of mistake. Who is being interred? Perhaps the services are taking place somewhere else in the mortuary? That could be. Where are these other services taking place? Do you know the name of the deceased? Yes. The name is Adon. That name I'm not familiar with. Check with one of the guides at the front gate. They might be able to direct you better than I. Very well, I will do that. Goodbye. Fuck yeah. Oh. I got caught by somebody else, but it's fine. I can just use the same excuse. Nope, I'm lost. I was here for an internment. Could you show me the way out? Leave quickly. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, this is the last thing I wanted to do. Well, maybe I can just escape. Can we just escape to the floor below? Okay, yeah, I can just escape to the floor below.
Done.
Oh, fuck. Everything's been turned on. This sucks. I mean, this sucks especially because I knew what to say and what I was supposed to do. I'll be right back. Wah.